Go ahead.
How you doing, guys? I'm Joe from Toy Radiation, and then I've got my partner in crime, James from Next Level Collectors. How's it going, James?
Fantastic, Joe. How's it going, buddy?
It's going. Today, actually, this week was just a busy week, and a couple of things I want to ask you guys. Is this weird that I'm recording this from my bed? Is that weird? And also, do you guys remember this little gadget? The iPod?
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I just got this in the mail today just because when I'm working out, the cell phone gets a little distracting. So I'm going to leave that in the car and use my trusty iPod.
There you go.
But anyways, James, how did your week go?
It's been pretty busy. Touch and go. Right now we're experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties at the home base here, so that's why I'm not on video. But we'll hopefully have this all resolved by next video. But other than that, my week's going okay. I can't complain too much.
Yeah, did you purchase anything as of late? I know today's comic book day. Did you buy any new comics, or do you have any on pre-order?
I got quite a few on pre-order. I haven't bought any recently. Mostly pre-orders. I'm still waiting for. Believe it or not, I'm still waiting for Spawn 298, 299, and 300 to come in. So I'm a little annoyed about that. And I have a couple other comics coming in. I have the Powers of X pre-ordered.
Okay.
That's a new series that's coming out. It's supposed to be really huge. I've put a couple of posts up on Facebook about it, and it's supposed to be unveiling, apparently a butt ton of new characters, and it's supposed to change the history of X-Men in general. It goes along with the House of X storyline as well. So
Okay.
definitely worth checking out and pre-ordering. I think that's going to be a big book. I do feel like that one might be quite overproduced, but it looks like there's going to be a couple different variants. Some of them might be really low on the print list. So, what you can if you're looking for a comic investment. But I think it's going to be a good series.
Yeah, I was also. I agree with you. I was also on. Is it Key Collectors app? Which is a
Yeah.
great app for comic books. I guess in the Marvel Comics Presents #1, Wolverine's got a new daughter. I don't know. That's
Oh.
what I. Yeah, I know. That's what I read. So I mean, that might be a book to look into. So,
Okay.
um, yeah. Okay. So what we're gonna do for this video is I'm basically going to show everybody some investment comic books that I would probably purchase if I were you. Nothing's guaranteed in this business or in this hobby, but these are some of the books that I think have legs, as they call it, or potential. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back a few years, and I have quite a few of this copy. I'm kind of hoarding them. It's basically Deathmate. It's Deathmate #1. Now they came in a. Now, do you know what this is, James?
No, I never heard of that.
Oh, okay. So it's by Image and Valiant. It came in the. This is the regular black copy, and also came in a gold copy. This is actually the first appearance of Gen 13. So if they ever come, do you remember Gen 13 or no, James?
No, no,
You know what?
that's a newer character to me.
You probably maybe don't remember the name, but if you saw the girl, I mean, she was what jelly is to peanut butter as 90s is to comic books. I mean, Gen 13 was all over the place. I mean, it was just so popular. So I think that might be a good book to invest in, and you can pick up. Now I think there's 5 or 8 in here in this package, but you can pick up copies still to this day for undercover. So definitely a book to grab. Um,
Cool.
yeah. Now as far as a more recent book, now this one came out. I don't know if you guys picked this up. It's the Silver Surfer Black.
Oh yeah, that looks interesting.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to read it, but I know Donny Cates is in charge of this, and he's got a strong following. But this is not the book um, that I would say to buy. The actual book that I would say to buy is the second printing, which is
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Got
basically
no.
yeah. It's Null. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's Null holding Silver Surfer's throat. And what's crazy about this second printing is, um, it came out a week after the first print, and that doesn't happen. Usually, if something gets really hot, they wait. What would you say, James? Three weeks to a month.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually. Yep.
This came out a week later, and I think the print run is extremely low. And if you're a symbiote slash Venom fan, I mean that book's got it all right there.
Yeah.
Plus, I
And
mean,
for
go ahead.
oh, yeah, and for those of you who don't know, Null is like the king of symbiotes. Pretty badass, newer character. I think that he definitely has a lot of potential to grow as a character, and I have no doubts that depending on how the Venom movies go, I have a feeling that he, even as a newer character, might make himself into the movies.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think so. His first appearance was in Venom #3, the new series, and the way they introduced him and the way that whole series went and is still going, they're introducing Null, they're introducing Dylan Brock, which is Eddie Brock's son. I just and not now they're coming out with what is it? Absolute not Absolute Carnage or Ultimate Carnage. I
I
think
think it's absolute carnage.
yeah, it's Absolute Carnage. I think the sky's the limit for um, anything and everything that's got to do with symbiotes. They're even coming out with, I think it's Absolute Carnage versus Scream, Absolute Carnage versus Deadpool. So they're definitely going to ride this symbiote wave for a long time.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Um, and as far as books today, so today was comic book day, and I had pre-ordered. I don't have one in my hand to show you guys, but James, you'll put up a link or a picture for everybody, won't you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so the Crow came out with a new Crow character. So if you look up the Crow, it's called the Crow Hack and Slash. There's a new Crow character, and you all know how big of a following the Crow has.
Oh yeah,
It's,
Crow's
it
pretty cool, man.
oh my god, it's huge. I mean, the guy that created it is James O'Barr, and I touched on this in a video prior. It's based on off of a real life story. Like James O'Barr, his girlfriend was killed by a drunk driver. Long story short, he probably did some grieving, and he came up with this comic book character that there was a movie after it. It's a cult classic. A
Oh yeah.
lot of Here's a little tip for you guys, just to kind of see what people love and have an interest. I usually go to Instagram and I'll go to the hashtags and I'll type in, like, for instance, I typed in Gen 13, which was the first comic I showed, and I think there might have been 5,000 posts, which is okay. But then you type in the Crow and it's got 75,000, so it's strong. Um, so that's that's how I
That's a good
kind of.
tip.
What was that, James?
It's a good tip.
Yeah, it is a good tip. And you know what? What else I do? I'll ask people, just out of the blue, guys and girls, like, have you ever heard of Miles Morales? Or
Yeah.
have you ever heard of Venom? I'll ask a girl that. Have you ever heard of Venom? And when I start asking this and they become a household name, that's when books become of value. Like, I might ask 20 people right now, have you ever heard of Null? They're not going to know who the hell that is. But if I ask
Yeah.
but if I ask 10 or 20 people who Silver Surfer is, I bet you maybe three out of that 10 or 20 is going to know who it is. So that's how I kind of gauge things, cuz yeah, I love comic books, but I'm also an investor. So, you know, I like I like I like investing in comic books. So,
Yeah, it's the way to
but
be.
yeah, those are just because I don't want to have a lot of money tied up in them because you know what, these books are expensive, I can feel with the comic book like stores not ordering a bunch of these because they're $3.99 a piece. That's kind of a lot. So if they ordered, and they're not ordering 30 or 40 of those because they might sit on them for a long time or and never sell them. So,
Yeah, yeah, yep. I
but yeah,
agree 100%.
yeah, those are my three investment books.
And I think another one worth mentioning, I would say makes the list as well, just as an extra added bonus, is Batman Hush. Is that the title of Batman Hush, #1? And pretty much that whole series I think is worth investing in,
Oh yeah,
due to the announcement of Hush being in the Batman Robert Pattinson movie.
absolutely. And it's you know what? It's still probably cheap to purchase. I think it was what was it, James? What's the number? 609, 608,
Yeah.
something like that. Like the first I think Hush was 608, and then like the first appearance of Thomas Elliot was 609. I want to say. Um, so yeah, I would definitely invest in those. And Jim Lee was doing the artwork, I think, correct?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That topped the cake on that series.
Yeah.
He also had a little bit of hand in the storyline as well, which I think was pretty cool too. That that so I bought the graphic novel when they came out with the graphic novel version of it,
Okay.
and I was like just blown away. That series is what actually turned me on to Jim Lee as an artist. I think he's just, I don't know, he's my favorite artist, and I've been following him on Facebook and stuff, and I'm so excited. I hope I get a chance to get my ticket to go to Fan Expo so that we can meet him for the first time. And hopefully we'll get that on video as well.
Yeah. That sounds awesome. I believe you will meet him one day. Yeah, why not?
Right?
But yeah, go out and buy those comic books, ladies and gentlemen.
For sure. Thanks for joining us, guys. This was just another episode of Next Level Collectors with Joe, obviously from Toy Radiation, and myself, James. And until next time, guys, have a good day.
Later.
Bye. All right, you gotta hit stop recording now.
You got it.